Welcome to Panels and Borders. I'm Dominic, and this is another episode of Road to Dune. So, some big news has just dropped about the upcoming Dune film casting news, and this news was actually brought to my attention by one of the viewers of my channel, HyperonX13. So, I want to give them a shout out and thank them for alerting me to this news. So, this article comes from Variety. Oscar Isaac in talks to join Timothée Chalamet in Dune reboot. Oscar Isaac is the latest star in negotiations to join Legendary's Dune reboot, sources tell Variety. He will join the cast that includes Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Stellan Skarsgård, and Charlotte Rampling. Isaac will play the father of Chalamet's character in the movie. Arrival and Blade Runner 2049 filmmaker Denis Villeneuve is directing and is co-writing the script with Eric Roth and John Spaeths. Legendary closed a deal with the Frank Herbert estate in 2016 for his famous novel, granting the studio rights to both film and TV properties. The project will be produced by Villeneuve, Mary Parent, and Cale Boiter, with Brian Herbert, Brian Merritt, Thomas Tull, and Kim Herbert serving as executive producers. Kevin J. Anderson will serve as a creative consultant. Set in the distant future, Dune follows Paul Atreides, whose family assumes control of the desert planet Arrakis. As the only producer of the highly valuable resource, jurisdiction over Arrakis is contested among competing noble families. After Paul and his family are betrayed, the story explores themes of politics, religion, and man's relationship with nature, as Paul leads a rebellion to restore his family's reign. Isaac has a busy year ahead of him. Up next, he is starring opposite Ben Affleck in Netflix action thriller Triple Frontier. He will also appear in the next Star Wars entry, which bows in December, as well as Sony's animated Addams Family movie. He was most recently seen in Operation Finale, which he also produced. So, my thoughts on this. Oscar Isaac as Duke Leto. So, all of the casting choices that they've made so far for this movie, they've all surprised me, but they've all been pleasant surprises. But this is the first one I got to kind of question a little bit. And I'll explain, I guess, because I didn't want to make this video right away. I kind of found out about this news earlier on today, so I went out and done some stuff, and I was kind of thinking about it. Why this doesn't really get me super excited for this casting choice where all the other ones were. Now, everyone knows Oscar Isaac is most famous for Poe Dameron in the new Star Wars trilogy. And I'm wondering if it has some kind of an association to that, because I really hated The Last Jedi. And so if it's just like, I don't know if anyone knows what a neuroassociative associations are, or when you link two things that really don't have anything to do with each other. So my hatred for The Last Jedi is linked to Oscar Isaac's face, because I've seen him in the movie, and even though he's totally has nothing to do with the movie, he's just a paid actor, obviously, still like that kind of like cross-contamination. So there's a little bit of that. There's a bit of that in the back of my mind. Unfortunately, that's just totally irrational human failing on my part. But the other thing is, I find it kind of an odd casting choice because he seems almost a bit young or something for the role. Like I don't know, will he have the gravitas to pull it off? Like he seems like more suited to play like a hipster or something, but not like Duke Leto. So like just to think about some of the guys who've played Duke Leto in the past, Jürgen Prochnow, and I probably butchered his last name, and William Hurt in the miniseries. So both of those actors had quite a bit of gravitas, and they both kind of had a very fatherly vibe to them. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I guess Oscar Isaac doesn't really come across to me as having that like the father figure vibe or something to him. I guess I don't know if that makes any sense, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and then of course there's that Last Jedi link. So I've only seen him in a few movies. So obviously the Star Wars, and I hated The Last Jedi. I didn't like that one. Another movie he was in I didn't like was X-Men Apocalypse. I didn't really care for that movie. But one movie he was in, and this kind of gives this film actually gives me a bit of hope for him playing the Duke, is Ex Machina, and I'll explain why. Because when he is in that movie Ex Machina, he completely disappears into that role of that weird computer elitist rich guy who's kind of very hipstery. He completely disappears in that role, and I didn't even know it was him. He like did a really good job of playing like this almost sociopathic jerk that made this robot. And if you've seen the movie, it's actually, I enjoy the film. It's actually really good. So I'm hoping he can really pull that off if he's going to be in this film Dune. So I'm hoping he's going to like disappear into the role of Duke Leto, so that I just see Duke Leto and I don't see Oscar Isaac. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, so of all the casting choices so far, this is the one that I'm a little bit iffy on. Everyone else beside this has been pretty good, but this is the one that I'm a little bit iffy on, and this is the one I kind of got some questions and a bit of doubt about. But you have to remember though, and you know, he's done a good job of playing really different types of characters before, as seen the Ex Machina. And the other thing is he is going to be directed by Denis Villeneuve, so he's a really good director, so I'm pretty sure he'll be able to pull the kind of performance needed out of him for this role. So this is actually like a surprising choice. I wasn't expecting him. I was probably expecting someone older, and I always think of Duke Leto in my mind as older, as like, you know, mid to late 40s, early 50s type in that age bracket. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. Thank you to all of my subscribers, and thank you for watching this video. And if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification when new videos are uploaded.